This video is made for an adult audience. Hey brick fans, welcome back to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes are half baked. I'm Jacob and today it's time to continue work on my Lego train station. I've been working hard this week to continue work on my Lego train station, and I also received some great suggestions from you folks out there that I've been trying to employ. And if you missed the first part of this build, please be sure to check below. There'll be a link in the description and in the comments. Without further ado, let's get into building. I've had a couple of suggestions about the train station, and one of them was from Leculina, something like that, over on Instagram, who suggested that I widen the entire station 2 studs, because then I would have a more symmetrical look for these pillars. I tend to agree, but I'm a little apprehensive about taking everything apart, because I would need to go all the way down to the foundation and turn these masonry bricks that's on the edges as well. And I would need to plate it all again, because this has been fitted with the plates that's here. And yeah, so I'm a bit, I agree it would look great, but the amount of work, I'm not sure. I'll mull it over while working on this a little more. And there was also a suggestion from Robin Hall that I widen the platform here on the back here, because it's only 4 studs wide. A 5th and 6th stud might be a good idea. And again, I tend to agree. An easy solution would be to move this wall over behind this, so you would get a 6 wide platform, and of course move the train tracks 2 studs this way, so you could actually have that 5th and 6th stud on the platform. The look I'm hoping to achieve here is a roofed thing here, but it could also just be a roofed platform for the people waiting. So there are a couple of different possibilities here, and I'll work with it, and I'll mull it over while doing other stuff. So there we go, I've widened the foundation with 1 stud on each end to get a more symmetrical look for these pillars and the windows. So now, don't say I don't take your suggestions seriously, because this also means that I have to widen the platform and the service platform as well. And I've pretty much got to rebuild everything else, because the plates down here now needs to be moved 1 stud to one side, so I can actually plate it in a fashion that makes sense. So that's good, but it's a great suggestion. I really like the symmetry it's going to bring to this build. So I'm happy to do it. It's just a little more work than I hoped for, but yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's gonna be great. I've widened the station by 2 studs, and of course I'll admit it looks much better than what was before. Thank you very much for that suggestion. The other suggestion was the platform at the back, which I think I will manage in the way that I suggested before, where I move this behind this and move the tracks 2 studs this way, so it'll be a bit wider. I've also decided not to widen the platform out here, but to make some kind of fence or something instead, for security and for sort of hindering people in cheating their way onto the train by accessing the platform this way round here. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing now. I've adjusted the platform now, and I agree again, this looks better, and there's more room for benches and such, and for people waiting out here as well. And the track is right here on the edge. yeah, so that's good. So now I'll be progressing or proceeding with this part, which is the waiting area, and I am hoping to get some roof done today, but I'm not sure I will actually make it. But yeah, here we go. I've worked a bit on the back here, and I've also found this, a small timetable and map of the train lines. It's gonna go here. Of course, I've got to detail that just a bit more than just this one stickered piece. And I've also added this for the ticket office in here. I just wanted a bit of depth in these windows, which is why I put them on jumper plates, and which is why there's also jumper plates up here to sort of equalize that depth. So that's where I'm at this point. And yeah, I think it's going pretty good. I am wondering how I'll get onto that roof, but we'll just have to see once I approach that. Next step is definitely the roof and some detailing here. Now in the original, the roof is overhanging the rest of the building just a bit. And I think that's a detail I'll keep. I just got to figure out how, and I got to figure out how to do the roof in and of itself, because I'm not sure I have enough black sloped pieces to make an exact copy, but we'll see what I can dig out. I made the details out here on the front. I am almost satisfied. I do like the way this is sort of turning out, but I think it needs a bit more work. Maybe something needs to go up in here in the middle. I think there should be a clock here if we look at the original, but I'm not sure I will add that there, or will I? I don't know. I've begun building the middle part of the train station, and I'm realizing that I probably don't have enough of these sizes right here to make the same on the back. However, the original didn't have a back, so I'm pretty free to do something back here that could be different. Maybe bigger windows. I mean, if this is the control tower, there would be a reason or an argument for the station to have bigger windows towards the back where the trains actually are. So that makes sense. But yeah, I think we'll turn that rock when we get to it. Right now I'm working on this front, and I think it's turning out pretty good. I've chosen to do some depth here by using jumper plates down at the bottom. So the windows is sort of indented in the wall here, which I think looks pretty good. I'm also considering how to continue with the roof right here. I have found a lot of black sloped pieces, so I think maybe we can do something which is close to the original, so that's pretty good. I've begun to work on this part of the side roof, actually also this, but this is not done yet. I've just sort of outlined some things, but this part here is actually done. I like this detail with the round plates here to sort of break up the monotony of this surface here. I like that, and that's a detail that's lifted directly from the original. I think this looks good. Now in here should be the roof, the black tile roof. So I'll have to find a plate or something and then add these sloped pieces. I've added in 16 of these small windows right here, and I was wondering if the proportions were right. Now this should, I think, be a little taller than this here, so it should actually be, I don't know, a couple of bricks, maybe 3 taller, but then I might have to add in 4 more of these just to get the proportions a bit better. But I do like the general sort of idea that's sort of materializing here. I do like that, that's for sure. I think it looks good. And yeah, so I'm going to continue work on this, and then I'll probably move on to the roofs. I did have a suggestion for using rounded pieces in some of these here or here, but unfortunately I do not have any more of these, and I don't have very many of these 1x1 round bricks, which could be used here. So I think I'll have to go without, but I do like that idea. If I come up with some other way to make them, I would definitely check that out or look into it again. But for now, I'm going to leave it as is. But I did like that suggestion, so thank you. I made some progress on the front window here, and I think this looks pretty good actually. I do like this height. I think it's good, and I think it has a nice sort of there's a nice relation between these, and it doesn't seem too tall. Of course, there will be a roof about this tall, I think, and there will be roofs here at the same height about here. So I think that'll be pretty nice actually. What I don't know at this point, and what I'd like to ask you people out there in YouTube land is what on earth I should put here, because I don't have any more of these windows. A copy would suffice, I'd say, but right now this is where I'm at. I've sort of added a detail beneath here just to give it some depth and some interest, and also to cover up that gray plate which is right here, you can see. And yeah, so keeping this all yellow, that works, I think. This is neat. I do like this. It gives it a good look, I think. But what do you think? And please, some suggestions for what to do here. I have an idea of putting in giant windows, because as I said before, this would be sort of this would be a control tower for the entire railway. So the operators would have to be able to look out on the track and see what's going on. So even though I consider this sort of a historical building which has been repurposed several times, and this back part here is the newer part of it. This is where most of the restorations and reuse has been done. So that's why there are modern doors and modern looking stuff going on back here. So some more modern look back here might make sense, but please let me know in the comments below what you think should be here. But for now, I'll see if I can do something about the roofs on these two sides here. This could look great. The only problem is I do not have the black sloped pieces I need. I don't know if I can scrounge up some 1x2s like these, but 1 stud narrow to actually fill it out, because I mean the whole back of this one is not there, the whole back of this one is not there, and there's still a 3 stud area right here that's not even covered yet. So I think this is going to be pretty hard with what I've got right now. You might be asking, well, couldn't it be another color then? Well, yes and no. The thing is, if it is to be sloped pieces, this is what I have to work with at this point. Yeah, not too much of one color is there, not even the blues. I was thinking yellow at one point, but as you can see, there's very few yellows as well. So yeah, not much there I can do. So now I'm gonna ask you for suggestions as well, because I was wondering, could I do something with tiles, like put them on a plate and do something like that? Would that look okay? And the only the tiles I have a lot of in black are these 1x4s, or would that look too weird? I am wondering. I'd love your suggestions and ideas for this, because this is not something I am sure I can figure out on my own. So please let me know in the comments below what you think I should do with these sides here. This one up here actually does seem to have, it does seem that I have enough of these with a little longer slope. So yeah, that can actually work out, I think. Now I just need to make the rest of this the archway, which is of course an important part of this building. Yeah. So suggestions are welcome. I'd love to hear it. Yeah. I've been working on the arch here, and I'm not completely satisfied right now. I think the roof needs to come down a full brick to get the arch effect that I want. This is also wider than the original, so I can't really use the instructions for anything but inspiration. The actual thing that needs to be done is not very much like what's actually going on. Furthermore, I'm realizing that I don't have too many of these 2x3 slopes up here, so the slope sort of will end in some kind of point. I'm not sure that's a bad thing though, because it might look pretty good. I am considering whether or not I should have some kind of detail right here. I did find, not this, I did find some interesting bricks that might help with that. Something like this might look good, or maybe just down here. I don't know. Something like that might look good. But anyway, I think the whole thing needs to come down one brick, and then I think it'll look a little better. I do think this looks better. I do think this invokes the old one much more than what was before. Maybe this maybe looks a little too much, sort of not as much of an arch as a triangle, but I do like it. I'm not sure I can do anything about that. I may be able to, but the thing is I do not have any more of these 3 wide inverted slopes. So yeah, there are limits to what I can do, but any suggestions are of course welcome. So I've dug out some different pieces for detailing. A clock right here, which would look good. In the original it would be placed about here, but I'm thinking it should go up here. I think that looks good. And a mailbox, of course. Mail and train seems to go together. I found this, which is a soda machine or ice machine from the Hidden Side sets, the Hidden Side Seafood Diner from a couple of years ago. And of course some small gold pieces that'll be door handles here, just to add some detail. I also have an idea that I might be using small builds like this and this. These are both from the bus station. I think the number is 6154. It's a nice, very nice yellow and green bus from a couple of years ago. So these two could be fun to integrate into this build, a small bus stop and a small newsstand. Yeah, I think that could work well. I'll be adding some details and then I think I've got to be done for this video. The last thing I did today was adding this. This is the map of the rail lines and the timetable of when the trains will arrive. Also added these door handles here. I think they look quite good actually. It's a great little door handle, which gives it a kind of exclusivity, I think, this gold look right here. And of course, on the other side, I added this right here, this little clock up here. Not sure it'll stay there, but for now, this is where it's gonna go. These are just here temporarily, and of course these two door handles here are also some I've just put in. I think this looks good in front as well. I'm very satisfied with the progress of this at this point, and now I just need to figure out how to do these roofs. I still only have half a roof on each side, and there's still a part missing. I do have some of these left, so I think I could make one more row here, and I can find some 1x2 slope pieces as well. So I think I could make a full front on each side, but I don't know. Maybe I have some windows that could be added or something like that to just save on bricks. But if you have any kind of suggestions for that, I would love to hear them, because I am a little out of ideas. On the back, there is of course also something I would like your suggestions for, and that is, what should there be here? Should there be one big window for the control working, for the people working in the control area to watch everything, or should there be something else? I can't copy this because I don't have all the windows, but something else might look good as well. Now, as I've said several times already, the original doesn't contain a back, so we are pretty free to do whatever we want. So yeah, any suggestions would be good, and yeah, I'd love to hear it. That was part 2 of my video series on building my Lego train station. There's still a ways to go, and I would love your folks' suggestions for this. There are some problems that I don't know how to get past at this point. The black roof is essential to this build, so I really got to figure a way to do that, and I'd love you guys' suggestions for that. I don't think I have enough sloped pieces for it, but maybe something else can be done, and if you have a great idea, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. But that is all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you folks next time.